Please welcome this week's special guest, Billy. So, Ed, what is Billy to you?
This is Billy, my karaoke partner. When I let rip as Lionel Ritchie, he was my Diana Ross.
Joe, how do you know Billy?
This is my neighbour, Billy. I once stole his wheelie bin, then texted him instead of my husband to tell him what I'd done.
Right. Finally, Lee, what is your relationship with Billy?
This is Billy. He drives a barge. And once, whilst I was enjoying a view from a bridge, I accidentally dropped my ice cream on his head.
There we have it. So, is Billy Ed's karaoke companion, Joe's dustbin donor, or Lee's sticky skipper? David's team, where do you want to begin?
We'll start with Ed. What was the karaoke occasion?
It was a event at the Labour Party conference in Manchester.
What is Billy politically?
He's involved in the trade union movement.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
And did you know him before?
Of course, yeah.
And you were singing what song?
Endless Love.
Endless Love. OK. Can you do it now?
Do you know the bit in the middle?
Yeah. It's not the version of Endless Love I know. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, have you not heard the Morse code version before?
You know it's a ballad, don't you, Endless Love? It's a slow ballad.
You see, I don't know anything about music, as you know. I disapprove of it. But Endless Love I've heard of as a song, and I reckon if I heard it, I would recognise it. That hasn't happened yet. And you said that you were Lionel Ritchie and that Billy was Diana Ross.
It's a difficult leap to make, to picture Billy... I mean, he's not a natural Diana Ross, is he?
No.
We don't know what Billy sounds like. That's the great handicap.
Or, indeed, what
have.
Diana Ross looks like off stage.
When you were doing this, how many people were there?
About 250.
And you sang in front of 250 people?
Yeah.
Goodness me, all right.
And they call for more.
More what?
Drink.
More drink.
So this is like an evening event at the Labour Party conference?
Yeah, in 2010.
So who's there? Is it?
It was at the end of the Labour leadership election campaign.
Yeah.
And I didn't win the election, but we had the best end-of-campaign party by far.
Well, that's the main thing, isn't it?
Perhaps you'd expected... The thing is, you shouldn't start planning the end-of-campaign party too early. Maybe the more slapdash end-of-campaign parties are, ironically, at the end of the more focused campaign.
All right, so who would you like to quiz next?
Joe, he is your neighbour.
Yeah.
I've been to your house.
Yeah.
I never saw him.
He was out with his mates, Stan and Fred.
Yeah.
They were doing the Supremes that night.
Why did you target Billy's bin?
Because, actually, in the past, Billy had taken our bin.
Had you been binless since Billy stole your bin?
No, he swapped them over, because our bin's nicer than his. And on a couple of occasions... Because when the bin men come down the road, they don't always distribute them back outside the houses. That'd be like, so you have to go down the road looking for... And on a couple of occasions, I noticed he'd slid our bin into his drive.
He'd swapped your bins,
Yeah.
and had you swapped them back?
Yes. Yeah.
So,
It was a chain reaction.
And had you then...
Brilliant. Brilliant.
I know what David's going to ask. Why did I steal Billy's manky bin?
Yes!
Yeah. Just for the hell of it, for a joke. I just took it, right, and I hid it.
Explain the text message thing. I didn't quite grasp that.
Well, I meant to send a text to my husband saying, guess what? I've just stolen Billy's bin, so knickers to him. Sorry, Billy. And unfortunately, I sent it to him.
Joe's husband is called Bernie, and he is called Billy. So it is possible that they are close on her phone.
Yes, that's...
Very good.
That is...
Very good.
Are you friends with Billy?
I thought you were going to say you're friends with
Birdie.
No, not really.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, no. I'm not too close to Birdie, but I'm a bit too close to Billy.
And how did he react? Once you'd sent the text to him, did he respond to you? How did it go?
Yeah, he texted back, I don't think this is meant for me.
Right.
I think here's the problem. I think Jo has definitely done this with someone in her neighbourhood. But is it Billy?
Whereas...
I don't know if it's him.
Whereas Lee definitely hasn't dropped an ice cream on a barge. We know that.
we know that.
That's an
No,
assumption.
no, and I'm very happy to spend up to 40 minutes of my life pointlessly discussing it. So, Lee, tell me what happened with you and the ice cream.
I was on a bridge. I was admiring the view.
What bridge?
What is a bridge? It spans water.
Yes, which
Where
bridge?
is the bridge?
The bridge was just over the water.
Which water?
The water under the bridge.
Name the waterway.
I was on Richmond Bridge, which was in... Oh, no, where is it? Well, anyway, I was on Richmond Bridge, and the water in question was, in fact, the River Severn. I'm not an idiot. You won't be able to get me, mate. River Thames.
Yeah.
A barge went past.
Yeah. And you had an ice cream, so it was summer, was it?
Might have been. You can get ice creams in the winter nowadays, you know.
What sort of ice cream?
Yeah.
Like that one, but with something in my hand.
This is...
So, yes, I was holding an ice cream.
a cornet.
Pardon?
A cone or cornet,
Yes.
as they're called.
Yeah, I was holding my ice cream.
What flavour of ice cream? What flavour of ice cream?
Your standard vanilla.
OK.
Standard vanilla.
Standard vanilla, yeah.
OK.
That was a lovely Adamant song, wasn't it?
You took chain reaction! You did it!
What events took place for the ice cream to fall out of your hand?
I was leaning over the bridge. I'd done all the things you're supposed to do when an ice cream is melting. I told the little one to lick the edges.
Yeah.
The little one?
The little one, Rob. So I've got my cone. I'm looking over the edge of the bridge like that, and I'm looking at the water, I'm looking at the view, and I'm looking round. It's all very lovely. And I heard that noise you hear, that... And, of course, it was Rob speaking Welsh. And... Which apparently is Welsh for no, lick your own edges. And that's when, beneath my legs, beneath the bridge, beneath my legs, slid a large barge, and I looked over like that, and I thought, oh, that's a nice barge, I thought.
So you really craned over to get a good view of the barge.
I did.
Taking your ice cream with you across the thick stone balustrade of the bridge.
I
Right
leaned...
over. Come with me, ice cream. Maybe you'd like to see as well. Just vanilla. Let's have a look.
I didn't go the full, not 103, 90 degrees. I sort of did a 45. I sort of leaned over that. But as any man will tell you, or woman, you only have to lean, what? That much, and your ice cream can go.
OK, so Billy, can I move on to Billy?
Please move on to Billy.
Was he standing like that?
Standing exactly like that, and then in front of him a massive boat.
So he's not actually... Because he's standing a little bit like those women on the end of big boats used to...
I'll ask you a question, David, right? Is he standing more like a man on a barge or more like Diana Ross?
All right. We need an answer. So, David's team. Is Billy Ed's karaoke companion, Joe's dustbin donor, or Lee's sticky skipper?
Only in the Beano would an ice cream land on a bald man's head in that way. Yeah. Although, what are you thinking, Billy?
I think it's between Joe and Ed.
Right.
Am I not getting a look in at all?
No.
Good, because even I was doubting it.
I could see Ed and Billy arm in arm singing karaoke.
I sort of think it's Joe, because I could believe that Joe would, you know, unnecessarily reignite some unpleasantness in her streak.
All right, so what are you going to say?
It's a terrible, terrible story, but I'm afraid I think it's
You're
true.
going for
We're
Joe?
going for
Joe.
Joe.
I think we are
All right.
going with Joe.
OK. Billy, would you please reveal your true identity?
I am Billy, and I was the Diana Ross to my Lionel Ritchie.
Yes. Billy really was Ed's karaoke companion. And it gets better.
Oh, my gosh.
It's interesting new definition of the word better.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a treat. The lyrics are on the auto cue just there, OK?
I can't see the words.
Now listen.
That's it. That's what we want.
Right, I'm going to hold it for you,
Well done, Rob.
OK?
Yeah.
Music maestro, please.
My love, there's only you in my life. The only thing that's right.
This is your bit, Billy. This is your bit.
My...
Not yet.
Oh.
My first
love, you're every breath I take, you're every step I make.
Ready, Ed?
And I want to share all my love with you. You know I can do. Oh, you know I can do. And you tell me how much heart you can. 'Cause all my love inside, I'll give it all to you. My endless love, my endless love.